Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to my channel. So finally I am back with another new video. I know it's been a long since I haven't updated my channel because of my busy schedule, but don't worry, now onward I am going to upload my videos on regular basis. So if you don't want to miss any update, so kindly subscribe my channel and click the bell icon so you will never miss any update in future. So let's jump to the video. Our today's topic of discussion is literary movement. So very first movement in our list is Lake Poets. It is actually a group of romantic poets from the Lake District. They usually write poetry about nature and sublime. Most famous writer in this movement is William Wordsworth and S.T. Coleridge. Second movement is Transcendentalism. Transcendentalism is a 19th century American-based movement of poetry. They usually concern with self-reliance and independence from modern technology. Most famous writers in this movement is Ralph Waldo Emerson and Henry David Thoreau. Symbolism is a third movement in our list. It is actually a French movement of Fin de Cesle based on the structure of thought rather than the poetic form or image. Its most famous writers are Stephen Mallarmé, Arthur Rimbaud, and Paul Valery. Fourth movement in our list is naturalism. Naturalism is basically the late 19th century movement, and they usually believe in heredity and environment control people. Stephen Crane and Emile Zola are the most famous writers in this movement. Modernism. Modernism is early 20th century movement, and it is basically the reaction to science and technology. Ezra Pound, T.S. Eliot, James Joyce and Gertrude Stein are the most famous writers in this movement. Surrealism. Surrealism is originally a French movement influenced by surrealist painting that using surprising images and transitions. They usually depict the unconscious rather than the conscious mind. Jean Cocteau and Dylan Thomas are the most famous writers in this movement. Imagism. Imagism is the seventh movement in our list, and it is a poetry based on description rather than the theme. Concern is natural. Their usually concern is natural object. Ezra Pound and Richard Aldington are the most famous writers in this movement. Streetantism. Streetantism is basically a Mexican artistic avant-garde movement. Modern urban life and social revolution are their concern. Manuel Maples' Arc and Arcuel's Villa are the famous writers in this movement. Realism. Realism, a late 19th century movement based on the simplification of style and diction. Everyday concerns, they usually concern with everyday life, and poverty is their major concern. Gustav Flaubert, William Dean Howells and Frank Norris are their major writers. Romanticism. Romanticism is 18th century movement emphasizing the emotion and imagination rather than the logic and scientific thoughts. Lord Byron and Victor Hugo are the major writers of this age. American Romanticism. American Romanticism is distinct from the European Romanticism. It is usually based more in fiction than in poetry. They raise awareness about history, particularly the darkest aspect of American history. Washington Irving and Nathaniel Hawthorne are the major writers of this movement. Gothic novel. Gothic novel is basically the movement or the type of genre piece of writing where we mix romantic ideals, supernaturalism and violence together. Anna Radcliffe and Bram Stoker are the major writers of this movement. Dark Romanticism. Dark Romanticism is 19th century American movement in reaction to Transcendentalism. In this movement, they usually concern with the sinful act of man. They find man as a sinful and self-destructive, and they consider nature as a dark and mysterious force. Edgar Allan Poe, Nathaniel Hawthorne, and George Leopard are the major writers of this movement. Last but not the least in our list is spiralism. Spiralism is basically a movement founded in late 1960s. It centered around the idea that the universe is the interconnected, unpredictable, and governed by the chaos. Frankenstein is the major important writer in this movement. So here we are done with all the literary movements presented in this flowchart. If you still have any ambiguity and if you think that some movements are missing in this list, so kindly do comment in the comment section, so I will make another video. And if you want me to make some new videos on different topics, you can suggest in the comment box. Thank you so much for your kind response and your care. Allah Hafiz.